All right, so we just got finished starting a sit-stay exercise with Ivy. Your homework for this exercise, number one, is if she has been idle for an extended period of time, been in the house for a few hours, take her for a walk, play ball, get some energy off of her, out of her. Because if you try to do sit-stays with her after she's been doing nothing for a few hours, she's gonna be breaking a lot, okay? Once a dog is proficient with her understanding a stay, it doesn't matter how lit my dog is. If I say sit, stay, he will stay. But in a developmental stage, we want to get some energy out. Also, no distractions, so we want a sterile environment as we can possibly control with this. Practice session is 8 stays, okay? Each one is in a different spot. You're starting with the goal of 15 seconds like we did here. When you can get her to do 3 in a row successfully, that means from beginning to the time you come back and say free, she never moves. You got 1 successful one. When you get 3 in a row or 3 out of 4 successful, I want you to increase your target time to 30 seconds, okay? We're gonna move in 15-second increments. Nothing changes as you increase the time as far as what you're doing. When you get 3 in a row or 3 out of 4 at 30, you're going to 45. When you get 3 in a row or 3 out of 4 at 45, you're going to a minute. Our target time, max target time, is 1.5 minutes, okay? Now, a couple wrinkles. You are not starting at 15 seconds every session and seeing if you can get further. Once I get 3 in a row at 30, I'm never seeing 30 again. I'm on 45. Okay. And I might be on 45 for 2 sessions before I get 3 in a row or 3 out of 4. You may have carryover. Carryover, let's say today, later in the day, you do a practice session of these. You're at 15 seconds. Your first 6 are kind of hit or miss. She broke a couple, but you got 1 or 2 successful. But your last 2, you got 15, 15, both successful. That's 8, I'm done. Tomorrow, you go to work on your sit-stay. You're still at 15 seconds because you haven't gotten 3 in a row. Your very first one you do, successful. That's 3 in a row. 2 from the end of your last session, 1 there. Now my next day, I'm going for 30 seconds, okay? All right, and lastly, at 45 seconds, when you get to 45 seconds, we're gonna add a short one in between. 45 seconds, 10 seconds. 45 seconds, 15 seconds. You got me? To break up the monotony a little bit. And then once we get past 45, anything from a minute to a minute and a half, which is a minute, minute 15 and 1:30, I'm doing 2 short ones in between, and those are part of my 8. 10 seconds, 1 minute. 10, 15, 1 minute. 10, 10, 1 minute. Okay? So we're only really going 3 probably, or whatever, out of our 8 are our target time. The rest are short.
Okay. All
right? A reasonable goal for you with her, if you get enough work in, 45 seconds to a minute. Okay? 70% of my customers take 2 lessons or 2 weeks to get to the minute and a half. 30% can get their dog in 1 session, or 1 week, I should say. Yeah. So I think for her, 45 seconds to a minute is reasonable.
Okay.
Okay? If you come back next week and I go, hey, did you work on your stage? Yeah. They go, good. Yeah. Where'd you get on your time? 15 seconds. Wait a minute. That's what we started with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So in terms of this homework